Yeah, Gary, it was a mailman. He he's asking me some real serious questions if I was smuggling drugs. I said, "No, it's just a package from Powkiddy sent to us by our dear friend Jaylash." So let's review it. Another day, another package from China, Gary. You know what they say. Let's cut this one open. Ah, son of a gun, what they... Oh, that's a lot of cocaine. Now, this doesn't belong to me, Gary. Jaylash purchased this sweet handheld, and he said, you know what? God, I want Zoo to review it. And good for him. I think more people should send me free things to review. And of course, I'll send it to him when I'm done reviewing it. Maybe. No, I'm just joking. I don't want to commit PayPal fraud. Who would do that? Good Lord, they really don't want this going nowhere. I'm cutting away from myself because a lot of people comment and they get mad about my erratic step. Ow! They get mad about my erratic cutting style. Powkiddy EVAT Master. That was my nickname in college. Okay, what do we got? The RK2023. Powkiddy is the Jeb Bush of the retro handheld community. They're just constantly asking us to clap. Okay. We have... That's it. That's the manual right there. Sticker. That's the Powkiddy man. USB cord. And the main shebang. Ooh, it's blue. Okay, immediate first impression. This feels cheap as shit. This feels like, this has big E.T. Park energy. By God, it's the same size. No, this one's bigger, but, ooh, not off to a good start. The D-pad, it's smaller than I thought it was. Buttons are pretty clicky. They don't feel great. Got clickable analog sticks. Got select, start, L1, L2, R2, R1. You got your volume recess. You have a reset button. You have a power button. What is that? HDMI out. Ooh, minimal branding. LiPo. And on the bottom, we have an operating system SD card, a game SD card, headphone jack on the bottom. I love that. We have a USB and we have a OTG. I guess that's power and that's data. Okay, let's turn it on. We got a light. Jealous. Boy, I wonder if they got permission to use this. Well, while that loads, a little comparison here. This is the 353M, and the screen is about the same size. Hey, 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 hey. That's loud. Okay, you be quiet now. The screen's about the same size. It's about the same size. The Powkiddy's a little taller. It's a little thicker. So yeah, this is just Jealous with PSP, Quake, Scum, 32. Now, this came with ROMs. I know that's really upsetting to some people, and I want to take a strong stance against that, according to my lawyers. Oh, it's playing music. I don't like that. So what do we got? WonderSwan Color, favorites. What are their favorites? Aladdin? Battletoads? F-Zero? Well, I don't know. Let's just pick a random game, Gary. Naomi? Oh, let's play Zero Gun or 2. It doesn't feel as bad in my hands as I thought it would. It feels cheap. I mean, it's plasticky. The D-pad's not great, but it's probably serviceable. It just feels like it's, too little too late. It's like the guts, the same guts of this guy. It's a 353. I'm having trouble trying to figure out why, What's your market for this? I don't know, it's kind of interesting game. Let's see how it handles N64. It should be okay, right? Is this Portuguese? Some of them have no descriptions at all. Sega is... Well, that was in English. That's not English. So I would gather that this is some sort of image. There's websites you can get like entire SD card images from, and it has all your ROMs. And you say I have a 128 gigabyte card. I would like an image that would fit that card, and you can download it and then flash it. It kind of looks like what they've done here. Do they have mower? No entries found. That's crushing blow. Game Boy Advance is in English. That's good. All right, Gary, let's try N64. You see that? There's like a divot or something. Is this some plastic I'm supposed to peel off? I don't think so. Hey. Well, this is worse driving than Choro Q. Ha 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 ha. Whee! Let's try it different. Let's try, well, let's just do F0X. Are your speakers any good? They're not bad. Oh. That plays fine. Does that beeping mean that I'm doing a good job? Well, I get second place. Okay, so N64 performance is fine, and I mean, that's to be expected on this chipset. Let's try something with the D-pad. The D-pad's not as bad as I thought it would be, honestly. I feel like, can you see my thumb? I feel like the curved edge of it, and I really have to push down on it, which, I mean, I'm not getting any false inputs, but I really have to kind of push down on it. And I feel like already I'm starting to see my thumb. Let's see here. I'm gonna get some good footage here. And then I got like a thumb divot, which it's not the end of the world, but it is, especially after coming, you know, from an amber nick. It just feels nicer, right? I don't want to rip this apart and upset Jaylash by destroying his new handheld. So I don't know exactly what the membrane situation is in there, but it feels there's more resistance. I have to push harder. The face buttons aren't bad. You got these inline buttons up here, which, you know, no one really likes, but I'm used to them now. It's a very similar design to the 353M, honestly. But they're both responsive, clicky but responsive. But yeah, that D-pad, the more I play, the more I kind of have to really push down. And I mean, even compared to like what do I got here? Miu Mini. There's a softness to it, and this is more deliberate. Is there a training mode, Gary? How do I do the Hadouken? I did it. There it is. Okay. I mean, the D-pad isn't as bad as I thought it would be. Honestly, stop that. That's rude. Gary, I won! Yeah, the D-pad's not nearly as bad as I thought it would be. It's not as unresponsive as I thought it would be. I feel like the ergonomics of it are not, you know, there's something to be desired. You can use the joystick too if you wanted. Oh man. Rude. So yeah, D-pad functionally isn't as bad as I thought it would be. Ergonomics wise, ugh, I don't like it. I feel like it's digging into my thumb, and I'm normally not a, I can't play this game for too long kind of guy, but it's digging into my thumb, and I think it's just, it's proud. It juts up awful lots. That D-pad sticking out all the live long day. And this guy's more recessed. The other issue I have with the D-pad, besides it being too tall, is it's a little too long, right? And of course, this rounded edge, it's starting to hurt my thumb. It's sharp, which is ironic because it's rounded, but it feels sharp because of how hard I have to push it in. Well, Gary, what did we learn? Oh, if it was 6 months ago, I'd say, oh, cool. If you don't want to buy a 353P and you don't want to muck around with the Android side of things, you want just a dedicated, fairly powerful Linux device with okay ergonomics and a bad D-pad. That D-pad just kills it, though. I'd say, yeah, I get it. At the price point, which Gary put that on the screen, you know, it's competitive. But to release this out of the blue in February, well, I know, actually, I think it was March when they released it, March of 2023. It just seems kind of like you're a little late to the party, guys. I don't know. And I think one of the other issues I have is just the overall, just kind of cheapness of it. It feels like a toy, right? I mean, I wouldn't do it because it's not mine, but I feel like I could, you know, twist her loose a little bit. How about we do a shake test? It just doesn't feel very durable. It feels kind of cheap. It's just, in 2023, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot here for you. Oh, another fun thing. It doesn't have Wi-Fi. Let's find, huh? No Wi-Fi networks found. Now that's weird, because I have a Wi-Fi network. It's almost like the operating system has a bunch of network stuff built in, and then this just doesn't have a Wi-Fi chip. That's kind of interesting. So you got Moonlight game streaming. That's probably not going to work. Scraper, it's probably not going to work. I would have a real hard time recommending this, even at a cheaper price point, because it doesn't have Wi-Fi. You could get any of the 353 series, and you have Wi-Fi and probably better build quality. I don't know that I would ever really recommend this in good faith, unless it was like, hey, it's $39.99. Yeah, buy a couple of them, give them to your friends. But it just seems a little too late. You know what I mean, Gary? Yeah, it's not like it's not like the screen is amazing, or it has, oh wow, these sticks are really blowing me away. It's milquetoast, right? It's who's the target audience for this? What's the point? Oh well, I'll pack this sucker back up and I'll send it to our buddy Jaylash. Thanks again, Jaylash, for sending something to Zoo at Zoo Reviews at retrohandhelds.com. If you or your friends would like to send something for me to review, I can always review something. I ship it back to you if you want. Probably not like food. If you guys send me a bag of chips and say, hey, review these, I'm not going to send half the chips back, because I'm going to eat the chips. But you want to do something, Jaylash, thank you very much. I appreciate that. We all appreciate that here. And well, I tell you what, this is not a winner for me. Not a winner for me at all. It's just too little, too late. And I'm just going to keep saying that. Too little, too late. What's the point? What's the point of any of this, Gary?